Utah Capitol Journal 2012, brought to you by Comcast and the Utah Cable Television Association.
Comcast Cares Day was a huge success. Comcast would like to thank the more than 3,100 employees, families, and community volunteers who gave of their time to enhance 11 elementary schools, city parks, and other organizations across the Wasatch Front to help kids and community members power their dreams. With your support, we made a lasting difference for thousands of students and community members in need. Thank you, and special thanks to our partner, KFC, for providing lunch.
Comcast Cares!
Hello, I'm Dale Zabriskie. Welcome to Capitol Journal, appearing 24 minutes after each hour on CNN Headline News and on Comcast On Demand throughout the legislative session. Our guest for this segment is Representative Patrice Arent. Representative Arent, thank you for being with us. You have House Bill 65 that you're running this session.
I do.
Tell us about it.
House Bill 65 creates a pilot program to put specialized counselors in our high schools to help our students with the admissions and scholarship process for their post-secondary education. So everything from a one-year certificate to four-year college degree and beyond.
Who would, what schools would be qualified to get this?
Well, the State Office of Education will administer this, and they will have a competitive grant program for the pilot project. And any school can apply, or even a consortium of schools could apply. What we have right now is our counselors are so overwhelmed. They're on average, each helping 365 students. And that is just tough. They barely have time in many cases just to get them registered for class and then to try and get through some of the problems they get in a day, you know, with students that have delinquency issues and all that, but they really don't have time to become specialists in the very complicated process of getting into colleges and getting the scholarship money, which is really out there if we know how to apply for it.
So this would be at the high school level or junior high? Or
high school level, you would have a specialist, and we've seen this work. One high school that actually only has 300 students from mixed backgrounds. Some students come from families where they've never had anyone go to college, to some other families that have had a lot of degrees. And we talked to the counselor who does this, and she said last year she brought in over $11 million in scholarships for the students at that school. So it really does work. Consortiums of schools could apply together. Say one school is very small, a charter school, they could get together with another school and apply to share one of these counselors. One of the things we've done to keep the cost down on this pilot program is to say we know that we have students who are studying to be high school counselors. They already have their college degrees and they're in master's programs. Why don't we train them, give them an intensive program on the college admissions process and on scholarships, and then place them to do these programs in the high schools. And so that will work really well. The State Office of Education will administer that, and I think those are the students that are close enough to the process that they'll be able to help our high school students.
Is there a fiscal note to this bill? There
is a fiscal note. It'll cost us $800,000 to do that. But when you think about this, if one student gets into a private school and gets a four-year scholarship, that's over $200,000 right there. So the way this could help our students is just tremendous. And again, we have accountability. We're going to keep track of this. We're going to see if it makes improvements for our students. If it doesn't, at the end of the pilot program, we won't discontinue this. I have very little doubt that this is going to work. One of the things I think is important is, as your listeners are hearing about this bill and other bills, they can learn about them online. You can listen to the committee hearings, you can read the bills, and they just need to go to the legislative website, www.le.utah.gov. And they also have links to all their legislators, and so if they want to contact their representative or their senator and say, you know, I think this is a good idea, I think this is a bad idea, I hope you'll vote for it or against it or modify it, they can do that. And you know, I love to hear from my constituents. It's so helpful to get their input.
How long will this pilot program last?
Great question. The pilot program will go for 3 years.
And then you would evaluate it? And,
we're going to evaluate it along the way. We're not even going to wait for 3 years. We're going to do an evaluation every year to see how it's working.
Well, we wish you well with that, Bill, and I appreciate your being here explaining it to us. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for being with us. Please join us again for Capitol Journal, appearing 24 minutes after each hour on CNN Headline News and on Comcast On Demand throughout the legislative session. You can also find us on Facebook.